everyone, my name is Sedona, also known as Knitting Donut here on YouTube, and welcome to episode 4 of the Knitting Donut podcast. Welcome! Today we have a couple WIPs for y'all, a couple finished projects, some acquisitions, and some news. I kind of want some news or life to share. You can find me on Instagram as at Knitting Donut, same as YouTube. My Ravelry is different. It is Donut Queen 366. I can't change my username. I've tried. It's not fun. I have made show notes for today's episode, and if you want to see them, they will be linked down below in case I may talk too fast, and that's okay. Our first one sec. Ooh, yeah, there, I can see. Our first finished finished object is a pair of socks. And last time you guys saw these last week, I was on the second sock. I don't think I was through the leg, but I have finished this pair of socks. Ta-da! I'm gonna hold this up. This yarn is by the W.I.Ps, and the main color is called Night Court, and this color, the contrast color, is called Starfall. And I kind of want to show something I did just now. Before podcasting, or like when setting up and putting us on the blocker, I noticed I had a little problem right here. You can kind of see that purple, yeah. And that's because apparently there was a dropped stitch there, and I had just continued to knit, and that stitch was recreated, I think, or like I knit and somehow it fell loose. So I quickly ran downstairs because I fell upstairs and had to grab the yarn, and I did some sock surgery. This is all the scraps that are left over from that. But more about the yarn. This is on the W.I.Ps Colon base, which is 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% Lux. Yep, I got it. I figured out how to pronounce it thanks to Google. It was weird. I was pronouncing it Lurex. That is not the correct pronunciation. It's Lurex, which is weird. But I'm just showing this beautiful sock off. I love all the shiny. So pretty. And why is the foot's not that shiny, but I like in the darker colors the shiny, like the shininess, the Rex really pops out, and in like the lighter colors it doesn't, and so it creates like this striping of bright, no bright, bright, no bright. And yeah, I make a heel flap and gusset. That is my preferred first choice. Top down, cuff down. That's how I like to knit my socks. This is just a plain vanilla sock. The pattern is the Crazy Sock Ladies vanilla 9-inch circular sock pattern. Just so pretty, I can't. And here is like the second one that I was knitting on. But so it's just beautiful. I love how the yarn knit up. It's so pretty, and I can't wait to I don't block my socks. I just wear them right away, and then I wash them, and then when I switch to knitting 9-inch circulars, my socks now fit me better, which is really nice. I'm sitting in front of the door. I should be doing it. Here is the logo, the label. Here's her logo information. Tell me how to The care instructions: hand wash in cold water, lay flat to dry. That will be definitely done. Beautiful. I can't stop. And I have the leftover cake. I promised my mom she could use this, so we have a fireplace downstairs. Where we live, we have a fireplace. It's weird. In like the environment we're in, we don't need one. And we can't use it, which is another thing. So we have the mantle, and my mom loves collecting jars. Not collecting, has fun jars. And so I put this in one of her fun jars. One of them is a fish. That's like, one of them is old, like one of the World War era jars. I'll take a picture and I'll show you guys one day, not today. Okay. The next project that I finished was another pair of socks. And I would say the picture on my Instagram doesn't do justice. Oh, like I post this on Instagram. I haven't posted many socks this year. This was my first pair of socks. This was my second. I think I will start posting my finished projects again on Instagram. I forgot how much I actually liked showing people like what my Instagram page, and they're like, oh, you know, I'm like, yeah, if you want to see what I do, I show my Instagram page, and it's just very beautiful. It's really cool, and they're always amazed. But well, I showed it. Here we go. We're gonna bring down the light 1/6. Oh man, like before, the shininess doesn't really show out as much. You can see it. Okay, so this yarn is Roy G. Pig by Oink Pigments. I wanted to say fibers by Oink Pigments. I'm showing this side because it's more vibrant. You can't really see like the shininess kind of right here, but this is their disco base, which is fingering weight, which is 92% superwash merino and 8% lurks. Yay. It doesn't fit on the blocker so well. Heel flap and gusset. I finished this pair really quickly also. They're mowing our lawn outside. Fun. Ta-da. Ooh. There's duck hair. Fun. But it's just so beautiful. Okay, here's like the sock off the blocker. Oh, you can kind of see the shininess right here. Yep, there's the shininess. Love this. If I had to compare I know the same colorway, different base. Last year's sock pair was more vibrant with color. There was definitely more color with it instead of it's stuck on another blocker. More white. But it's created this cool striping pattern pooling. I love this type of pooling. It's really fun. I love self striping and I love this pooling. That is. Here is the label. Pigments, just so cute. Disco, but it's a Roy G. Pig colorway. Woo! My dog's in here with me. He has brought me 3 toys. 2 red wings and a tire. Okay. There you go. There you go, Finley. Okay. Those are my 2 finished objects. That would be, oh god, let me pull, one sec. I'm pulling up I have a count of all my projects this year, which is really cool. I want it. I forgot to add in those, but maybe I'll talk about it. That will be sock pair number 8 this year. I'll show you guys really quickly. This is a Google Sheet. There we go. And it has the months on the side, and then the different types of projects those projects are right now. Okay, our next segment is the W.I.Ps. So I switched the bag for this project. You guys will find y'all will find out in the video. This is my donut bag from Stitching Plaza. And in here is my Farmer's Daughter Fibers Sock Squad sock. And this is March's colorway. It is called California Poppy. Ta-da. It is orange. I don't have, this is in my Ravelry. I've gotten better at adding stuff to my Ravelry, but I'll put what I do for the legs and stuff, like the leg, my length of my foot, because I measure it in stitches. Like, I know how many stitches fits my foot before I start the toe, like between the gusset and the toe. But look at this orange. Somewhat a stretch. I finished this yesterday. I started on the second sock. I cast on tight generally, and so 9-inch circular and casting on tight really don't mix well, and so I only did 1 row last night before I went to bed. But we got the cuff. I do 10 rows for the cuff. Okay, here we go. I do 10 rows for the cuff, 30 rows for the leg. I knit the size large of the vanilla sock pattern, so that's 72 stitches around, 36 stitches split. So 36 stitches on this side, the gusset, and then 35 stitches on the foot. And then I've kind of taken a pic out of a page out of Summerly Knits book. On one of her sock patterns, she knits, and when you do the toe, knits 1 round play of a contrast and then starts decreasing, and that's what it is. And then I do the rounded toe with the Kitchener stitch at the end. I would like to say my Kitchener stitch has gotten way better since I started knitting socks. I used to get a bump right here from the leftover stitches. Now I've figured out how to eliminate that. Woo! I think I talked a bit fast. I'm sorry. But here is the information on this yarn. It is on their Highwood sock base, which is 80% it's not superwash, 80% merino wool, just no superwash, not traded to be that, and 20% nylon. And I love this color. I love how it's showing up in the green. It kind of reminds me of carrots a bit, but if it was a bit more, if you've added more red to the dyeing, like in color theory, yellow and red make orange, and I think this is correct. If you're a dyer, feel free to correct me. It's how much color you add determines like the red. So like you'll see a red-orange car, orange-ish red car. That's because there's more red pigment put in the paint and like yellow. It's parts and mixing. It's very interesting how this all happens. But let me. Ooh. here's the contrast color, which is, I love green and I love this dark green. It's very squishy. It's like a stress ball. I'm gonna keep this out. No, I'll put it back in. Okay. Oh, forgot. Here's what, whenever wondering, I can't get this correct. Ta-da. This is the Farmer's Daughter fibers. They're from Montana, which is really cool. It's my sister's birth state. And so I really love that. I haven't been to Montana. Okay. Like, move stuff around. The next project is my Cozy Memories blanket. As I finished, I used to do Scrappy Sunday. Doesn't really work out for me. I noticed what does work out for me to get with my sock scraps is to put them in as I go on a blanket. And this blanket, just fell a hole, okay, is my Cozy Memories blanket. And so I have updated the blanket. First, I have a picture. I knew this was gonna be too big for the frame, so I have a picture. This is, last time you guys saw it, it was only these 4 squares on the side. I finished out the side. This is some freckled whimsy. This was from the countdown. I had enough left over, and this was the contrast color I used. But this is just utterly beautiful. And the next one, got distracted. This is the Knitty Vampires, and dude, I don't know if I like the thicker stripe, but every time I do this tiny stripe. I think I might do a thicker one, but I like the thicker ones, and because it really displays the main color. And I love how striping yarns turn out on these projects. They're just very beautiful. Okay. Beautiful. I finished this side. It is going to be 7 by 7, so 49 squares. And I started on the other side, on top of this side right here. This is the Oink Pigment. There's many patterns for this blanket, but it's known as a Cozy Memories blanket, all round or squares. And this is considered, I think these are called mitered squares, where you cast on a certain amount of stitches, but in the middle you put a marker and you decrease on both sides of the marker to create this uniform looking square. And I love how you have this line down the middle and you carry it on. So this last week I was wrong. This is called normal type, not Evie. And I feel like in the next coming month, this blanket is gonna get huge. It's also kind of heavy, just long. Woo. It's big, and I like that. It's if I just put it on my lap, and it's a huge lap blanket. And it's big. I like it. And love it. Loving it. I love it. And it's just, if you know the waffle weave texture, it reminds me of this texture. And I love the garter bump texture. Okay, so last year I tried to track how many squares I knit of the blanket, and I wasn't really good at it. So this year I became better, and in the picture you may have seen that there's a blanket count. And so this year I'm trying to get better. I think I have 38 squares total, 6 by 6 is 36 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 42 with the, and then okay, well, oh, get that math. Okay, so after I finish a pair of socks, and so I skipped ending up like a conversation. So generally around, there's different patterns everyone makes, but they all follow like the square. And I found out which pattern I was using, and it is the Cozy Memories blanket by Shelby Dumpole of Polka Dot Creek Fibers. I know she makes yarn, and so that is, I think it's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's linked in, I have a project page, and it is there. Okay. Back to what I wanted to say. What I was going to say. I know that I do not use a full cake of yarn after knitting, full 100 grams of after knitting a pair of socks and adding to this blanket. And so I thought of something cool I could do with my leftover farmer's daughter fibers. Also, and so this is what I did. I have a plastic in a plastic bag. I emptied out all the leftover skeins that were in this bag, put that in a plastic bag, and put it somewhere. I don't know what to do with it yet. Maybe make another huge mega cake, but no. My plan for this blanket is these are the contrast colors, the mini skeins that come with the farmer's daughter. This is January, this is February, and with March, I'm going to create a square out of them and kind of use up the same leftovers. I'm gonna do the same thing with this one, cornflower, I forgot this one, January's and February's. Yes, I know they're not the same base. This whole blanket is made out of like different bases, different things. I don't plan on putting it in the, oh, that sounds bad. I plan on washing it, not in the washer. It will get washed when I decide to weave it on the ends in square. And I don't think that's gonna happen for sometime soon. That's still something. Okay, well, I think I just stopped doing the same thing with my Pokemon from the July countdown box, because as you see, I still have a good enough chunk left. Once they each get a full square, and I might do 5 days and stuff. Okay, that is all I wanted to say for this one project. I'm going on 30 minutes. Wow, I feel like I edit a lot of these videos, but they still turn out large. Okay, back, my iPad turns off. Back to the acquisitions. My first acquisition. I'm gonna shake it. It's like Morocco. Is these tiny stitch markers. These are stitch marker, and there's a reason I got all of these. I had a bit in my little tin I have. I lose them like it's nobody's business. I noticed this was a problem when I was knitting on my Cozy Memories blanket, and it just went onto my lap. And I was like, I'm not gonna find this on my lap. Let me stand up. Shook out the whole blanket. Couldn't find it. Not on the couch. Couldn't find it. My mom comes home. She finds it on the floor by her couch. And I was like, okay. So I got 140 of them. And they're the perfect size. I found this on Amazon. I'll link the Amazon link down below. But my thing I'm most excited about out of my acquisitions, I'm hungry. It is 10:57. And it's this. My parents got this for me. They got this in Madison, Alabama at this yarn store. I don't remember. But it's a Pikachu bag. But wait. It flips. I have a bag of like this similar pattern, this fabric. I'm gonna keep it on the other one. And there was something in the bag. Yarn. And it's the colors of Pikachu. This is by Dream Color Yarns. But, oh my gosh. This is so cool. And it came with a little progress keeper. I'm gonna keep on it. But it's the colors of Pikachu. Like, this is gonna be a cool sock set. And so I'm kind of planning on making a sock set. We're gonna do black for the ears as a cuff, red as the heel flap and heel turn. And this is the main color in toes because it's like you have the ears, the red cheeks. That is, I love it. And my parents. It's so cool. And this had me thinking. Why did I throw it? I have wanted to film this podcast episode later in the week, but I just couldn't hold off of sharing, like, giving the new, like, telling you guys what I'm gonna do, and like, this is somewhat the news, and before I knew it was gonna be July, and so coming in the mail in the next couple days is the Fangirl Fibers Pokemon July 31-day countdown to August box. We're gonna count down to August. Because why not? And I was like, 31 days is the whole month of July. I have the same thing from last year. I have a lot of Pokemon yarn. And so, with that, I was like, let's do the month of Pokemon. And if you guys have, I encourage you, this is somewhat of a make-along. I don't know if you guys have Pokemon yarn, or we'll just say Pokemon theme, make something Pokemon themed, or use a bag that has Pokemon on it. You can participate. This is just like a make-along I'm doing. I know there's sock week in July. I know there's crazy sock camps going on, but I just noticed I have a lot of yarn that's Pokemon themed, and in order to get through it, I'm gonna knit Pokemon themed yarn, Pokemon stuff. And each day what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like somewhat of a Vlogmas Vlogtober style vlogs, but I'm just gonna comprise 7 days, like do a week and edit like all those days and put like show with you like the guessing game my mom and I play with the games, like the colors and the other stuff, and I wanted to bring you guys along. So if you want to, there's no participant, you could, I don't know, if you want to tag along in the Pokemon game, like, the Pokemon stuff, the Pokemon shenanigans, feel free. I do realize not everyone likes Pokemon as much as I do. I'm getting just... and so I just thought it would be cool to show, like, what I thought of. And this was pretty much on the fly over the weekend that I was like, okay, let's do this. And so I will share with you guys, like, what I'm going to be knitting, what Pokemon, like, I haven't planned much. But starting July 1st, I will be knitting the sea glass tee with my Pokemon yarn. I did this last year, and I thought it'd be cool to have, like, different variations, like, different versions of it. Like, you have year 1, or that was my first sweater, and I learned stuff from it. And then you have year 2, where you've seen where, like, the stuff I've learned being put into effect, be applied. There we go. That's it. And so that is what I plan to do, is the month of Pokemon. I'm excited. I love Pokemon, and so you guys feel free to join, and maybe there will be a hashtag. If I do this again, like, I'm already planning ahead, which is weird, which I shouldn't, is if I were to do it next year, I would do it in February instead of July, because that's when the first Pokemon games came out, and that's Pokemon's anniversary. It's February 27th, and so it'd be cool to do it in the month, but it might be July next year, because if Fangirl Fibers does another box, I would want to get it and do it again. But also Christmas in July is happening, and so I'm like, lots of yarn, all the knitting. And so join for the month of Pokemon. But that is, let me see, do I have any more I need to talk about? Yeah, I'm also participating. I was so happy about the month of Pokemon. I'm gonna be participating in a sock week, so for that week I will be knitting the sock week socks. I think there's a Pokemon that's based off of Sea Slug, and so we'll just say it's Pokemon themed, because a lot of Pokemon are based off of real life animals, and it's really cool. I'm messing with that. That is all I have for now. And if you got through what I'm seeing, 36 minutes of me rambling, talking, please comment down the word Pokemon. I like to do these challenges because it sees, like, who watches the video all the way. And if you do, thank you. If you do comment down Pokemon, and if you do make it to the end of the video, thank you for watching. It means a lot to see, like, someone can sit through me rambling for 37 minutes. But that is all I have for now, and I will see you guys in the next video. Maybe Pokemon Day 0, maybe the first vlog of Pokemon, the month of Pokemon, maybe another podcast episode. I'm trying to be consistent of uploading this. I had a video last week. I may do weekly videos. I was like, oh, I don't knit that fast. I knit fast. I knit faster than I thought. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all, I will see you guys, y'all. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.